Welcome to week 5 of the course, and we're going to be focusing on program design and strategic planning this week. So the last couple weeks you have had a chance to get peer feedback on your statement of need, your program goals and objectives, as well as the budgetary component of your proposal. So now we're really going to be diving in to describe the actual program and change that you want to make, and to develop through looking at theory and what's worked in the past, some practical tools in order for your program or program changes to be effective. This is also week 5, so it's the last week that you'll be getting feedback from your dyads and triads. Week 6, your final proposal is due. And then week 7 will be focusing on a discussion on ethics and some other things for the end of the course. So for this week, you'll be describing the process of a program, the strategic planning process, and then describing any regulatory or legal issues that may be coming up as you are practicing in the specific organization that you've chosen. So this week's readings are chapters 1 through 4 in the Brody and Nair book. These are going to be really helpful as you start thinking through all the details of an actual program design. And then here, also by the Holden Leadership Center, we have an article on goal setting. So I'll quickly just remind you about the assignment. So you got feedback on your budget and program evaluation piece last week. By this Sunday, your final copy of that is due to me, which you'll upload in the assignment section. So now for part 3. You're going to be filling out this template. Actually, this is a one-pager. You'll be including your program description after this one page. So the main body here of this paper, and I also want you to make sure you use complete sentences and have it be in paragraph structure. Unlike bulleting your goals and your objectives. But what's important for you to recognize is the theory or the theoretical reasoning behind your program and your change. So you want to do a literature review or a search on what evidence already exists in what you are proposing and how it may impact the population that you're serving and the unmet need that you've identified. So for example, if you're focusing on violence prevention programs and maybe the participation in a summer job, you would want to find literature and existing theories that show that there's evidence that participating in a summer job does lead to a reduction in violence. Or if there are other theories that address how, cognitive-based learning theory or something around adult learning and the best practices or what evidence shows seems to work. So, for example, you want to be citing the authors that you find and reporting what they have shown to be effective through their studies. After you have done some of the theoretical reasoning about your program, then you want to go into the agency description. So how is this agency that you've chosen going to adapt, or how will they incorporate the proposed program that you are proposing to change or to add? What are the specific tasks that this program is going to require of the staff that are leading the program? How or by what means will the program's services be delivered? Is it something that's being done online, in person, in groups, individually, things like that? And then what are the key responsibilities of the staff that are working in this program? What is needed or who is needed to implement and operate the program? What are their responsibilities as you think through this program design? So this entire section should be at least 3 paragraphs. I imagine, given the detail that you're going to be covering here, it may be longer than that, and that is perfectly okay. Also, as you've developed a logic model and you have these inputs and these activities, and so you should be going back to reference that. But as you think through the actual implementation of this program, you may be motivated to go back and change your logic model a bit and adjust it. And that is perfectly okay as well. So I actually encourage that. It's great that you would be able to recognize something like that at this point. So that is the program proposal part 3. Again, your draft is going to be due this week in week 5 by Thursday for your initial post. And for your response post, I want you to respond to all of your peers in your group. Again, you're going to be acting as an agency representative and giving critical feedback about what are the strengths of their program description, what could be improved, and essentially, would you fund them given this description? Whoops. Next week, week 6, your final program proposal is due. I'm going to have a video on week 6, but please do know that the way you have drafted parts 1, 2, and 3 since week 3 are going to change a little bit for your final assignment. So please continue to input the feedback that you're getting from your peers or from myself in some cases, and make sure that as you're updating this and make sure that it's in the proper format that it should be for your final proposal. Great, so that is it for week 5. Please be in touch if you have questions about this program design and as you're thinking through these details. Have a great week.